In this video, guys, I want to talk about the pros and cons of joining a live trading room. Stay tuned. Hey traders, warm welcome to you. All right, there's pros and cons to joining a trading room. So what I mean by a trading room is you pay a subscription generally. There's quite a few out there. You pay a subscription and you then get to look over the shoulder of a trader, if you like. So he or she will share their screen and they will open, they'll go, right, I'm going short, I'm going long, or they'll just trade and you can just see how they execute. Now, in a perfect world, the advantage of this and the reason why people do this, or people subscribe to it, is that that trader is, you would hope that they're good and efficient and profitable and successful. Otherwise, maybe this dubious going in the first place. But let's make that assumption. They are also good at telling you in real time their thinking. And hey, you know what, market's got to this level. I don't like it because of X, Y, Z, or I do like it because of this. And they talk you through it and they say, hey, I'm about to take this trade. Take the trade. And some people will follow them. You shouldn't do that because for multiple reasons, but some people do. They follow the trade, and some people say, oh, well, I'll just follow that guy's trades and I'll learn as well. Learn and earn. That's kind of thing they think, and that's in a perfect world that works well. The trouble is when you're trading, a lot of people trading, they might just take a trade quickly and they're not really discuss why they've done it and this, that, and that. So anyway, perfect world, that's exactly what happens. So what are the pros of being there? So the pros are you can watch and learn in real time, right? You can see the market moving, you can watch it, and the guy takes a trade, or she takes a trade and explains why that trade has been taken, where the risk, explains the whole thing in real time as it unfolds. So that can be beneficial. People like that. People enjoy learning in that manner. And also the community. You're sometimes there with people are chatting away, they learn, they're talking, sharing stuff, and maybe they're highlighting other instruments if they're trading stocks or this and this, that, and the other. So there's that. And then most trading rooms will say, hey, you can ask me a question once I'm done with a trade, I can answer it. So they might say, oh, why did you buy at that price? And then they'll take the trade, and afterwards they'll get around to the question and go, actually it's because I saw a support lifting or blah, 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 with a trading room. So let's go to the cons. So in a perfect world, that's it. You're watching and learning in real time. Maybe you're making some money if you're following these guys' trades. Cons are, it can be a bit ego driven. You got a bit of chest thumping. The guy who's running it, the girl who's running it's like, look at me, I'm the best, follow what I do, you can't go wrong. Maybe I'm generalizing because I've been in a few many years ago, 15, 16, maybe 18 years ago, and it was a bit like that. It's like, oh gosh, it's a bit ego in there, and the market just tends to teach you a lesson if you get your ego out. You might know yourself, you made a bit of money and you just go, yeah, look at me, I'm the greatest trader, and poof, market just knocks you back and you're gone. Also, the giving a fish, not taught to fish. So, I think that someone's strategy, it's a different thing, just trading and saying, oh, well, I did this because of this, versus breaking it right down. That's tough. And of course, you really struggle with an issue to break down exactly why do I buy there? Why does that work so well for me? And I kind of have to reverse engineer our mind, and it's a different skill set. So, given a fish, not taught to fish, what I mean by this is maybe you can follow a profitable trader and he's banging the buzzer and you're there, and maybe it's entertaining and you make some money. But if he stops performing, or if she doesn't do the room anymore, then what happens? What do? You haven't got the skills your own and developed your own skill. And actually, I don't think that following someone is the right thing to do. If you want to do that, I think maybe stick an ETF. You stick it in the ARK ETF. Follow Cathy Wood. She's got a reasonable track record. If you want to follow her, then it's almost like a trading room without being there, or a hedge fund or whatever. So that's one thing to look at it. The other thing is style conflicts. You might have a different style. You might be trying to develop a different style of trading. You might be like, hey, you know what? I'm a little bit slower, less active. I want to wait for this rotation, this, that, the other. And it can cause conflict. One thing I didn't add, which is a big one, I don't know why I forgot this. Imagine you're in a trade, or imagine you're watching the market, like, hey, I think it's going to go short, and I'm going to short it now, and it goes to the lows. And then Mrs. Trade Room runner goes, I'm bullish on this market. I'm going to wait until it hits the lows. You're like, oh, all right, well, she's bullish, but I'm bearish. And notice, you both said the lows. Your target was the lows, her entry was the lows. So you could both do it, but you start doubting it because you can't say, well, if she's bullish, she's more experienced than me, maybe I'm wrong. It's very difficult to build confidence because, you know, I can stand next to another trader who's super experienced, and you know, I'll respect his experience and I'll listen to what he's got to say, but it won't affect my trade because my trade is my trade. I have to have confidence in my belief as a trader of what I think. And I respect that guy and I respect his credibility, and I'll listen and I'll listen to that, but I'll still take the trade that I want to take because we can both be right. Maybe I sell it in a kind of 3-day run, he's waiting for his buy, and he's out. I'm out and he's back and he's in. And we both make money. So, you know, I know it's an extreme example, but you get the point. So it's got to be careful that, you know, you can damage your confidence when you think you see something and then take the opposite of it, and they could be wrong, and that's the other. So, you know, it's a little bit of a conflict sometimes. And the other thing, the big thing is this. It's the trouble with these rooms is, and I don't know how you get around it, because, you know, there are some good guys out there doing stuff. You know, there's some, you know, this industry, guys, there's a lot of nonsense and scammers and rubbish and all this type of stuff. And then there's, you know, there's good guys. There's guys who are doing stuff and saying, hey, you know what, I trade and I like doing this as well. I like being part of this. I like doing this as well. You know, and that's, there are them out there. But the issue is a bit of an issue with these trading rooms is that, you know, you pay a subscription to go into it, and maybe there's nothing happening. And maybe the guy doesn't want to take a trade. He's like, you know what, I wouldn't take a trade. But he feels obliged to trade because people have paid a subscription, they've logged in to see him trade. And that is the only issue, I think, but the big issue, I think, with them. Even with the good guys who are trying to do the right thing, who are trying to teach, who are trying to learn, who are making money at the same time, who are profitable, all that other stuff, and have got good intentions, then there's just that issue of, well, what if there's no trade? Or what if you're looking for one specific trade and that's it? It's once you've got it, it's in, and all you're doing is sitting waiting for the profit. You know, that becomes a little bit difficult. So it's why they tend to be more scalpers, because they're bang in and out and out and out. It's more entertaining for people. There's more activity for people. So if that's not your style, it's difficult. And so, you know, there you go, guys. There's my thoughts on, you know, some days, if I was doing it, some days I'm like, oh, you know what, I just don't see anything yet. I'm going to review it again maybe in a couple of hours. Or maybe, yes, I really do see something, but I'm going to wait for this. And I'll be sitting there twiddling my thumbs going, it's not my level yet. It's not my level yet. And what do you do then? You know, so we do have, there's a guy called Hip. He's a, you know, 12, 13 year kind of tape reading veteran. He sometimes when he can, he does like a pre-market prep and talks through what he's looking for and this and the other. Not a trading room as such, but helps prepare people for the day. So we do lots of different things like that to help. But we don't have a live trading room as such. Never say never. Who knows? Maybe one day we'll find the sweet spot between being able to help people grow quicker in trading versus needing to trade. But I don't think so. I think that what we have works well. You know, the regular calls, people chat about the challenges, and we learn and we improve. We talk about strategies and post strategies. Got PDFs of strategies, got automated strategies in there, got this, that, and the other. Loads of stuff in there to just grab what you need, and it's just going to grow and improve. So I don't think it's needed, but if you should consider joining one, yeah, you know what, maybe you could try it out, spend a couple of $100, see what it's like, but just be aware. Just be aware there's some downsides and there's some upsides. So going with an open mind, maybe, see if it's right for you. You might enjoy it, you might think, hey, I got get a lot out of this, then great. But if you don't, I wouldn't feel worried. It's not going to be a holy grail. It's not going to be a panacea of profits, that's for sure. All right, guys, take care. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.